Hello, welcome to this review of Kentucky Tavern, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, bottled in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, it was introduced in 1903 by James Thompson, who founded the Glenmore Distillery in Owensboro, Kentucky. Sazerac does own the Owensboro facility today, plus Bardstown, plus Louisville, plus Frankfurt, plus a whole lot of other places, like one in Virginia and some around the world. But anyway, doesn't say sour mash. It's aged at least 36 months, 3 years. Kind of like ancient age here, which is sour mash, and it's from Frankfurt at the Buffalo Trace Distillery. That had a lot of flavor and it was really good. This one, not sour mash, aged 4 years, but dull. So dull. It's about to be kicked out the competition, the taste challenges that I do, the Dawn Busters. That's why I said, let me just go ahead and start this one, because I'm going to start putting that into the rotation. That's the last bourbon I have, I believe. I got all these blended whiskeys and the Canadian blended whiskeys and the blended scotch. So I got a lot to do. I already poured it. I had a little, let's call it a production problem. They were laughing next door, picking oranges, no problem, but I don't think I turned it off or on correctly. Well, let's just see. This will be more succinct. So I found it had a lot of aroma and flavor that I didn't expect, but everything is mild. Okay, so if you want a mild bourbon, this will work. Only about $10.99 for a 1 liter bottle. Not bad. Not the greatest price, actually. I can get a cheaper price for bourbon in some parts of the New Orleans area for a liter bottle. But this is pretty close to the best price. Okay. If you want a bold, or some people would say harsh bourbon, no, this ain't gonna do it. But I think it's supposed to be pretty common around the USA. Sweet, candy, light, caramel, say light brown sugar, dried flowers, a little bit of charred wood, but when you taste it, and it's a typical light gold appearance, nothing too elaborate there, not so amber, more gold, more straw. When you taste it, that's where the charred oak starts to come into play. I mean, it's right up front. Charred oak, then the dried flowers, then the honey, then the nectar, the honeysuckle, the candied fruit, the flavor generally associated with whiskey comes into play. Medium mouthfeel, not a lingering finish. It's just a straightforward product, but it's not dull, and it's good for sipping. You don't have to just mix it. $10.99 for 1 liter bottle with all the nice flavors you get here. I'll go along with it. I'll recommend it. It just won a silver medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition 2017, and it's won many silver and gold there years before and in other competitions. Highly recommended by the Whiskey Bible, and it's a tier 2, which means pretty high on Proof 66, that internet reviewing site. So I'm very pleased with it, and I think it's going to do quite well in the rotation. Quite well. Unlike this one, which just flopped. But to be fair, that one is only a 4-year, and there are many other elaborate, very old Barton brands up the line within the very old Barton family. I did intentionally pick the lowest rung just to see how it would work, and it didn't really work too well. But this one's working great. Great. I really look forward to seeing how it's going to match up against Jim Beam and Jack Daniels and things like that. I got a funny feeling that it might even win in some of those challenges. Some, not all, some. All right. So thank you for watching this video production, and y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.